Alright, everybody. Welcome to the Pale Beyond. Make sure to like and subscribe and go follow me on Rumble. Let's play. Start a new expedition. What's E do? Flick the weak to prune / delete. There we go. Let's just do normal difficulty. Confirm. Oh, the air bee's cold? What is this? Old English? Oh, the air be cold, flake and white, Sailor begs their pledge. Out in the ice they stake their claim, and curve a course ahead. Might be too loud. To the souls around them, shielding fear, driving up their dredge, a hunger draws the desperate here. It's one that can't be fed. Does this make sense? Yeah. Maybe. It's one that can't be fed. What will you do when steel hearts break and courage does? Obsede? Or learn to live a life out here in the Pale Beyond. Oh, that seems like a ship sunk. Begin your journey. I wonder if it shows me that at the end of the game. That'd be cool. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew work for... No, I think I'm doing an accent. Able-bodied crew work wanted for a dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in event of success. Address overleaf. This seems like a pretty good offer. Glory to be had in return of... the slim chance of safe return. Who cares about that if there's glory to be had? I'm sure I'll be fine. That's a metronome. That's what it's called, right? The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. I'd rather coffee. I'd rather coffee. I'd rather have coffee. I mean, I do actually have a bit of tea right here. It's cold tea. It's not warm tea. I'm not British. I drink my tea cold. Although I do prefer coffee. Just like a light bit of, there's some like, a bit of creamer, just a dash of it. Light bit of like that French vanilla stuff, and that's it. Still enough so it still tastes like the original black coffee, but just a light bit of the other stuff. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship and a bottle. Cool. A metronome ticks away steadily. I find it rather calming. I'm liking this game so far. The dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. It stops. Keep waiting. You hear footsteps climbing up the stairs that brought you here. Take a seat. The chair is uncomfortably large. The seat feels warm. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? I have enough to get by. Can never be too careful. It's the little things that can lose people too. Never had scurvy before. There's more things to worry about than just scurvy. How many people have died under your supervision? None. I mean, if you're talking about all the games I've played, too many to count. I mean, you're either perfect for the job, or a liar. Or you've never been in command. Which is it? The latter. Really? Come on, test the person metal. Do you think you're ready? Is anyone really ready? The answer's no, by the way. Some more than others, it would seem. I see you've already made yourself comfortable. Should I do voices for these characters? Oh, he's smoking. I'm Captain Hutt. Pleasure's mine. Name's Robin Shaw. He nods. Wait for him to continue. Hope you weren't waiting too long. I'm told it's worth the wait. Good. I don't know, what voice does this guy have? There's been a lot of whatever that is. Some good, some bad, interesting mix. I'm sure I'll understand the need for discretion. Then it's gonna do normal voice for this dude. I don't know what voice he'd have. The Everett said there was glory to be had. That's what I want. Months of darkness, low wages, some chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Quite the opposite. It's why I'm here. A thirst for adventure, then. Exactly. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought this game. He winks. I'd keep that to yourself around the other sailors. They might drown you in it. They're gonna drown me? Why'd they do that? I have a few questions first. He looks down at a list of questions. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? You know what? I'm gonna just do this based on real life, I guess. I'm from the city. I'm a landborn. I'm a landlubber. From the city, but I made my way to sea eventually. Military experience? I mean, I haven't done any of these. I'm not a criminal as far as I know. I'm not a merchant as far as I know. And I'm not a colonel. I'll just say I'm a criminal. Only evading them. Ha. Honesty is good. So you've whatever that says, the law before? Is that a problem? I hope not. If everyone I hired had a clean record, I wouldn't have a crew at all. That's good to hear. You have criminals on your crew. Have you fired a weapon? Yes. In real life, I've shot a BB gun, a bow and arrow, and a slingshot. Yeah, that's it. Have you ever killed a man, directly or otherwise? You know what? In real life, no, but in video games, too many to count. Yes. I see. You're not married, are you? Of course not. You better not have a death wish. No, I do not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving in the first place. That's exactly. Ain't less than you're doing yourself a disservice. Let him continue. We're here to find the ship and that bottle. I think I did a great job in this interview. I told him I'm a criminal. I've never been in a place of command. I'm a landlubber. And I've killed a man. This is just going swimmingly. Oh, and I'm here for glory as well. I would be the perfect person to murder almost everyone on this ship, just so I could have the glory of being the only one to return. Oh my goodness. The Viscount. Heard of it? No, enlighten me. He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Did they? I mean, probably not. Did they what? Did they find it in magnetic south? I have no idea. She never came back. The last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumably lost to the ice. Are we supposed to be chasing the ship? Exactly. This is beginning to sound like a suicide mission. A scooter ankle mission. The research is supposedly extremely important. Alright, you have my attention. The captain smiles. I think I'm doing a really good job. I would hire me in a heartbeat. Not one person or thing has heard from the Viscount since it first left port. They definitely all died. They're definitely all dead. Maybe so, but we're just after the ship itself. Those with more money than sense want the old ship. That's the job. Unfortunately, people have more money than sense in this world. If only people had more sense than money, then they'd probably have more money, actually. If I don't pick the first mate, someone else will, and, well, my judge of character has gotten me this far. What of our crew? Quite the mix, a work in progress. Some I've known for years. They get in on trust and experience. Others, well, they interview. How large is this crew? As I said, work in progress. I estimate between, it says over 20 when it's all settled. We do have a transport though. They'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty, Greenwood. Generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance, their sister ships. Built together, sent on this world to die alone. Poetic. Indeed. I'd like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottom of the ship. So what do you think? Sounds like you need all the help you can get. That's what I think. We will. The captain checked his watch. Anyways, I think I've heard enough. The captain stands up. Am I hired? We leave in a month. In a month? Geez, I got here early. Is that how people do this? I don't know. I've never been on a ship before. Let me think. Yeah, no. I've been fishing before, but that was in a pond. I've never been aboard a ship, actually. So I have the job. What do you think? I'll see you on the Temperance. I got a good feeling about you, Shawl. The feeling is mutual. The captain makes his way to the door and you follow. You arrive at the dock a month to the day. Before you lies a ship. The letter on its side reads Temperance. Approach the Temperance. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the load of cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. I like you already. You're balding? You've got a nice beard / sideburn right here. That's what I'm going for. And you're wearing blue. You're probably important. Landborn. It's good to see someone else with land legs. You must be Hunt's pick from Earthmate. Well, geez, this guy must be smart or something. He extends an arm. Bertram Templeton, a pleasure. Shake his hand. You accept his offer of a handshake. It is a considerate shake. You can't speak English. I shall be operating as chief scientist of all on this expedition. This is his voice. I'm not sure if the recording software can even understand when I do different voices. It might just all sound the same. I'm also the, whatever that says, representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. I'm fairly certain we're all disposable. He straightens himself. No doubt I need inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Is it Hutt or Hunt? I think it's Hunt. But I must warn you, you have quite the task ahead of you. The Rabelais spent this afternoon sorting on the shame that you'll have to whip this into shape. Punctually, schedule, a strict adherence is what you'll need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned to this role otherwise. I doubt there'd be much issue. I think in real life I probably have more in common with the crew, but at the same time I wouldn't. I don't know. I doubt there'd be much issue. We can only hope. But your role is... I don't know what that says either. They're using big words. Then it would first seem. Let me know when you're ready to depart. And make sure to savor these last moments on land. The less valuable time to waste here, the better. Exactly, we need to leave as soon as possible. The city. We'll be gone for quite a while. It'll be some time before you see the city again. If we ever see the city again, there's a chance we just up and die, all of us. A young man stands at the ramps, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hastily, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. The Temperance. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate, nearly identical to the Viscount, bringing some modern alterations. I guess we set sail then. Week 1. 1 week on the Temperance. 1 week has passed already. It feels like 5 seconds. That's a bit loud. I mean, I can't tell whether this is loud or not loud enough. And I can't tell if I'm doing an accent or not. It's been a month. Okay, so I already read all this down. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been a month since I signed on, and I'm 1 week since we've set aboard. The Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. The Temperance. I've never been on a ship like this before. A technical marvel. Elegant machinery, I don't know what that says, weave through the finest hardwood ship of its day. Reborn for this mission, breathing again with life. She's simply magnificent. Magnificent. As for its master, he mostly kept in his quarters for so far. I need to know if I can trust Captain Hunt. I've heard rumors, drinking, desertion. There's probably a good reason he's dressed in antiques. Perhaps I'm too quick to judge, though. As for the rest of the crew, there are 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice. To pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Why am I talking like this? Hunt is keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. The crew are a strange lot. Sign off. If anyone finds they're gonna be like, wait a minute, this guy don't like the captain. He don't like the crew. He don't like any of us. Let's throw him overboard. One of Hutt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. Yeah, this guy's definitely like Scottish, Irish, maybe British. I don't know. I bet I offended literally all the Scottish, Irish, and British people who don't watch my YouTube channel. I have more Russian viewers than I do anywhere else. Actually, no, I have more American viewers, but I do have some Russian viewers every now and then. I'll head there now. He leaves. Crow's Nest. The Crow's Nest is currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join at next port. Captain's cabin. The forecastle door appears to be locked. The door to Hutt's cabin is shut tight. The captain himself is busy at the helm. Fine, we'll join Hunt at the helm. Hunt at the helm. I keep forgetting the N. It's morning currently. I'm guessing this is morning, day, morning. Morning? This is like early morning. This is like midday. This is afternoon, and this is night. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin, lovely day for it, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of the sailing. Let him continue. Thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Here, why don't you have a try? Criminal! Because I'm a criminal, I can sail this ship. Good. You should take advantage of these calm waters for once. I imagine you didn't see many in your past line of work. Take the wheel. You grip the wheel and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Use this to pan around. The members in your muscles rear themselves and begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. I think it'd be very difficult to sail a ship, for me specifically. Easy. There, you have it. The captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some I don't know. I can't say big words very well, unless I've said them before. I can read them. Can't say them, now can I? You know, I can't smell either, so if there's any rotten food in this ship, then it's not gonna be good. The reason I can't smell is because I'm basically just allergic to everything. So I can't breathe out of my nose that well. It's very difficult. I use up like 2 paper towel rolls. Not paper towel, toilet paper rolls a month. Because of my allergies. Peaceful, isn't it? Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the setting menus. Well, I like these currently. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink this morning and a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Alright, well that's locked, so we have to go to the captain's cabin. A painting. A classical painting descripting sailors doing a battle of a kraken. I believe that krakens existed. You're unsure if it's of any historical significance, though you recognize the ship as the galleon of Captain... I don't know what that says. I do think that the Kraken and the Megalodon actually existed, because, I don't know. I don't know much about the ocean. It does interest me what lies beneath the waves of the ocean, but I don't know. A pristine furnished tub secured to the floor, a luxury to be had in the ice. On the desk, you make out various papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you don't recognize. The desk itself is suspended with ropes. It's safely in place. I still believe that the Kraken exists, and the Megalodon. Take request. You take a seat at the end of the room. Captain joins you. Now let's run through the supervision. Let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed into this expedition, ourselves included. There's 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You're only able to deploy these crew members who aren't grayed out like this, who you've discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise deployed to another post. We'll be picking up the scouting team at the next port. A lot of us seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will end tearing itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left. That's morale. We have enough provisions for at least 6 months in the case of immersion. 6 months? We could be out here for years, old man. 6 months is not enough. 6 months will go by like that. Nothing. It'll go by like nothing. We needed years worth of supplies. If you cannot afford the minimum food ration at the end of the week, the crew will become malnourished. Good! Unless cured, the malnourished will develop into scurvy. A severe effect prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. That's great. And there's more than enough fuel to see us there and back again. Is there really? That'll increase the minimum fuel required at the end of the week, because you cannot afford the minimum fuel, the crew will become freezing. Unless cured, the freezing status will develop into frostbite. Prevents the crew, yeah, same thing as scurvy. The sledding dogs, well, they're still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams to gather resources in the ice. Sending hunts out farther requires a greater amount of dogs. They'll rest and become unavailable in between weeks, so you have to manage that too. Oh my, I'm gonna die out here in the ice. Let's have you. A sailor enters. Found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring him in. Another sailor enters, leading by a young man by their side. You know the first stowaway I've had. The captain studies them farther. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside the crate? I did, sir. How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true, I can pull my weight, sir. He has scars in his face, he can clearly pull his weight. Do you know your... I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm not a sailor. I do, I learned it from a da. Your da? He's Ward's son. Fold him on board back in the city. What should we do from Captain? Can we throw him overboard? I want to throw him into the ocean. Your first mate, what should we do with him? I'd keep him aboard. An extra pair of hands would be useful on the ice. Hunt squints. Why? Why should we keep him aboard? You need all the help you can get. This young man wants help. He's clearly here because his father is. It would be wrong to separate them. We don't have time to accustom this. If the boy wants to freeze to death, let him. If this was real life, I'd probably say the bottom one. We need all the help we can get, though. The young man wants to help. I say we let him. Alright, boy, consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. I will, thank you, sir. Captain, not sir. Aye, Captain. The stowaway joins the two sailors below deck, now member of the crew. Well, it seems the litter has a new run. Hope the rest of the crew won't mind sharing their rations. Oh, the father. Simple, split their pay and the rations. Any rations the boy takes come from his. I doubt he intended this for this to happen. Keep an eye on both of them. I'm not a horrible person. Exactly. I mean, listen, as soon as bad things happen, we're probably gonna eat the dogs. I'm joking, I'd never eat a dog, I'd rather starve. To the point, Shawl, this is Lady Cordell? I'm bad at saying names. Once I learn names, I'll never forget them. Most of the time. Let's call her Cordell. Is here to provide us with kennel hounds for the sleds. Our agreement is that she would train them up. We part ways in this near island, but he neglected to inform me that they were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending this pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition, I know. Let's pay her extra, just because she has such good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel, it's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. Never before has a seller made such strong demands. What exactly are these demands? Do you want us to still pay you or something? She demands we allow her to come along the expedition. Of course, an extra hand could always help. True, this person does know how to take care of dogs. I doubt anyone in this ship does. If you're taking them to such a brutal location, why I think I'm still doing an accent. They'll need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. I don't care about these humans on board as much as I care about the dogs. I'm gonna be honest. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. We've just accepted a stowaway. Bringing on another member of the crew's a risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts? We can't still deal like a bio now. Again, I don't see the harm of having another expert in sled dogs. We'll listen, if it comes down to it, we'll just throw her overboard. If it comes down to it, we get rid of the people who force themselves to come along. If it comes down to it, the runt doesn't get food and you don't get food. Deal's already to your behalf. Benefit. Do you have anyone on board with excessive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if we can't control the dogs efficiently enough to hold them. I'd like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard, Cordell. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Listen, I need as many people as possible if I'm gonna live. I have room prepared for you below deck. No need to find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. I hope you're not making a mistake, Shaw. Well, you better hope we're not making mistakes. I'm not making a mistake, otherwise you're gonna die, Captain. That's all settled. I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers for me and order them to meet me in upper deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair, you couldn't mistake them for another... What? English. The Stoke brothers, who are they? You haven't met all my crew yet? I'm not sure how, I've been on this boat for a week. If this is me in real life, I'd probably be talking to every single person on the ship trying to get to know them. Just in case the captain has to die or something. Not has to die, happens to die. You haven't met all the crew yet, the Stokes have been serving me for years. They're down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew's manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. What's a manifest? Join the figure balancing on the mast. Hello, are you gonna fall to your death? Upon closer inspection, you can make out the ship's photographer. Kasia Belfold. That's her name now. Balance on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up a photo. Wait for her to finish. Snapping a shot, she climbs down, only noticing you on her landing. Oh, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer of the ship. Kasia Belfold. You know what? I could probably use this for my Dungeons & Dragons campaign in the middle of the ocean. Maybe, I don't know. You seem to already know me by name, how so? I do my research. You do? I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's shots you cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer. Kasia Belfold won the, I don't know what that says, prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. That just sounds lovely. It came as a surprise to many that such a journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There's scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her, I don't know what that says, to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time at sea like this. Her proof is all we have. Unless we devise a way to bring the Viscouts back with us, her proof is all we have. At least she isn't some old lady. She'll be useful. She can actually do things around the ship. The cold game, picture that as a header. What does that mean, a headline? Let her continue. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. And you know what, the cold game, I'm not sure that sounds the greatest, but I'm not the creative type. But it sounds fine to me, I like it. Kasia places a finger to her chin, squinting her eyes in thought. It's not perfect, but it's work in progress. Plenty of time before we even hit the ice yet. You should call it the Pale Beyond. I'm a criminal, by the way. Wait, she knows I'm a criminal? How many people know I'm a criminal? What have I done? Did I rob a bank? Rob a ship? Did I take over a ship or something? Well, I suppose you had your fills of thrills up until now. At least this thrill if within the law. You know who I am. Oh no, and she's a journalist. I keep forgetting. Of course, I thoroughly researched the crew of the Tempest. May seem somewhat excessive, but I feel it's necessary for proper whatever that says. That and plenty of pictures. You took a picture of everybody. You don't have a reputation that sets you apart from the rest. A celebrity like Kurt Darling's presence will dwarf any rumors that could form around you. Well, thank you. Now I'm not going to be thrown overboard. That reminds me, he'll be joining us in the next port. I should grab his picture at some point. Kasia holds the camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shawl. Of course, I take wonderful pictures. How long do they take to develop? Only a day or two. I've made a makeshift darkroom in my hold. Speaking of photographs, she sends you in assorted documents. Here it is, the crew's manifest. So we got sailors. I like how we undiscovered ones. She's like, okay, who did you specifically meet? Of the, what is this? Specialists, scientists, engineers, scouts, and sailors. But then she only hands me those pictures. So he's a sailor and he's ice savvy. This guy sounds useful. Well, he's called Joe. She's a sailor and ice savvy. Emily Sparrow, also known as Corvold. I'm just going to call her Emily. Wait a minute, these three people seem really good. I bet we're, you know what? I bet something bad's gonna happen to these three people specifically. I can just feel it in my bones. I know when bad things are gonna happen. Not at all. Timmy Ward Runt. Timmy Runt. Timmy Runt. Sailor, Stowaway, Saltborn. Do I know of anyone else? What about Specialist? Rufus Hunt. Captain, Ice Savvy, and a Mutt Watch. So he's both from the land and from the sea. Richard Templeton, like me, a landborn, and a science officer. That's unlike me, actually. Robin Shaw is me, landborn criminal. And finally, wow, we got a lot of landborns here. I'm gonna get along with these dudes. I'm gonna get along with the specialists who are landborns. You're three things. I'm guessing you're... Who are you? You are the dog lady, aren't you? And what is this? That doesn't look like a person, unless the person has really bad hair. These are probably the Stoic brothers, so they look very similar. And photographer, how do I... Okay, that's how I close that. How do I... It's work in progress. The scout team are able to join us in the next port, and the captain forbids me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. I'll see what I can do. And if this is real life, I'd say that, but then I'd also say, stay off the mast, you're gonna get yourself killed. What good's a dead photographer? So I'll not disturb you if you're working any farther, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer, don't worry. Leave her to her work. Quick question. Is that saving? Can I save here? No, I cannot. How do I'm guessing once a week passes, we save. I think once we get to week 2, that's going to be the end of the video. We're just going to do the introductory. To John. You spot a large man with a youthful grin carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Sailor. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. He gives a bright, warming smile. 2 Johns. That's what they call me? I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. You can call me Mr. Criminal right now. I'm known for robbing people, I guess. I don't know. 2 Johns attempts to offer a handshake, but loses control of the crate. He shrugs before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work waits. So, John. Wait a minute, it's his... I figured out why they call him 2 John. His first name and his last name is John. He's a sailor and a saltborn. I like this dude already. Let me go over here. It's locked. You locked yourself in. You can hear the kennel master preparing the room inside. Can I go back to the captain's cabin? Can I talk to the captain? Right. Descend below deck. There's nothing here. There's a pier. You know what? The scientists get these rooms. And the sailor... Yeah, see this? The sailors get to sleep here. Oh, you're playing the accordion. I like it. One of the crew, a red-headed man with a thick beard, sits proudly playing on an ivory accordion. He's either Irish... Yeah, he's probably Irish, right? He spots you and ceases his playing. Need something? I'm here looking for the Stoic Brothers. Emergency. Just a meeting with Hut. So, maybe an emergency, I don't know. You're speaking to one of them. Grimly Stoic. We'll head up after dinner. You can go now. Man gestures to the crook across the room before... The crook. No, it's the cook. So this guy's the cook, okay. I guess I'll call the crew for dinner. Eat up. If this was real life, and I could choose how much rations people get, I would give them just enough to do their work. And, you know, drink whatever this appears to. It appears to be soup, probably the most effective way of eating your food, as you can eat it fast and give it to lots of people. Give everybody just what they need to live. Just to preserve food. Passes in relative silence. Now it's the evening, I knew it. Right? The crew returns to their posts, the hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. I like this. Although there's not enough hammocks for 25 crew. Dinner table. Over dinner, you overhear the newly packed up stowaway speaking of a one-armed man. A one-armed man? You better work just as good as a man of 2 arms. I know that's probably offending some people, but I'm not gonna hire some guy with 1 arm if he can't work on a ship. That could mean the death of us all. Although, judging by the fact that he's on this ship, he must work more efficiently than a man of 2 arms. But duh. Lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. Have a mind to do it myself. Apparently, I'm just gonna give everyone me trying to do an Irish accent. I don't even know if it's an Irish accent. I'm not too good at doing accents of real life. Come on, Da. I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. You're an impulsive child, Timmy. Doug Ward added to the manifest. I gotta talk to everyone, or I'll die. I don't know why, though. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the mid-deck, searching through luggage that has been pulled from the cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? No, that's not his voice. He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Twilight Glossy. My apologies, I've misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Perhaps one of the sailors took it. Goodness, I would hope not. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with, to be safe for the journey back, of course. You might not make it back, old man, I'm gonna be honest. Also, I don't think the sailors would enjoy wine. I think they'd probably want beer. Or whiskey, or rum, or whatever. That's probably more alcoholic than wine, but I don't know anything about alcohol. I don't know. But I assume that wine's not as alcoholic as rum or whiskey. Well, if we find it, please let me know. Yeah, I'll let you know. I don't drink this stuff myself. Okay, this is my room. I mean, I can't physically drink the stuff, either. The ocean. You overlook the railing out to the ocean, a wisp of smoke fire past your face. You examine and spot a sailor with a pipe in his mouth and a sheet of paper in his hand. Okay, so he's smoking. A smoking sailor. Looking at something. Not many sailors can read or write. What's the letter? I'm gonna piss this guy off. Letter. All you need to know. Tashi. You're Robin Shaw, aren't you? Criminal. I heard of you. Don't worry, won't tell anyone. I'm a criminal. I'm afraid now. Everyone appears to know I'm a criminal on this ship. Almost every single person knows I'm a criminal. I'm going to die out here. Trying to draw a conversation of him may be similar to extracting teeth. I've done that before, to my own teeth. It was very difficult to pull out my own teeth. It needed to come out, though. I didn't want rotten teeth in my mouth. One time it took me a full 2 months to get a tooth out of my mouth. I'll never go to a dentist or a doctor. I'd rather die. I mean, probably not. But I'd rather have a tooth rot in my mouth than go to a dentist. It's probably too expensive. I don't have that much money to spend things on like dentists and doctors. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It'll be some time before we see a sunset like this again, but the light distributes towards the South Pole is quite the change. I noticed you weren't at dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin, I make sure to make use of it. Honestly, there's probably many useful things you could be doing in your alone time eating. Like writing things down that are important, but I doubt it that you're actually doing that. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the sun setting over the stirring waves of the ocean. This is a great expedition upon us, officer. Are you feeling the pressure, Mr. Templeton? I can't afford to. We have to keep our focus. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean service. Service, yes, the ocean service. The ocean's gonna get us some drinks. The ocean surface. He looks back up to the sunset. Quite the sight, but it wouldn't linger on it too long. I want to do voices for these characters, but I can't. We should retire for the evening. It's important. The first officer be well rested. If this was real life, I'm just gonna be honest. I wouldn't be sleeping. I can hardly sleep now. In my comfortable bed. With pillows. Alright, we're gonna lose a lot. How do I... That's how I do it. Wait. Oh, that's how much food rations we're losing. Okay. So if we do normal, we'll lose 10 morale. I think I can afford 10 morale loss. Because we're already using up a lot of fuel. I don't want to lose up at all. He says we have enough fuel to last us there and back. Normal fuel takes up half. Although I'm guessing we can get more on this ship. The ship makes its port at Orca Island. Cordell's Slad dogs are packing. Geez, there's a lot of stuff. The scouting crew and Kirk Darling are packed up. The days are getting brighter as we move farther south. Start next week. So I'm guessing that saves the game. Week 2. 2 weeks on the Temperance. Listen, I would not be sleeping on this ship. Yeah, there you go. So, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I have no clue how long this is, but that's gonna do it. Hope you all enjoy this series. I know I certainly am. Continuing on with what I'm saying. I can hardly sleep normally. I wouldn't be able to sleep on this ship, man. Or maybe I would. Who knows? Maybe I'd actually be able to sleep better on this ship. But I doubt I would. I can hardly sleep now. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Go watch my other videos. The Pale Beyond series will be over here in the top left. Bendy and the Ink Machine, top right. We just finished Dredge, top left, top left, bottom left. There you can watch Dredge if you like sailing stuff, because I'll be posting video patent time tomorrow maybe. I think, or I might just do this until we beat it. I think I will actually, because this is quite fun. My family would find this game boring because you don't actually get to do much, I think, so far, but I find it interesting. I like games that mostly take a slower pace. That's why I like Hilda. In the beginning, first 4 episodes is real slow. And then, build up to really big episodes, kind of slow. But yeah, I seriously doubt I can sleep on this shit. Yeah, Dredge, if you like sailing, bottom left. Bottom right's the channel thingy. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Go watch something else now, because this video's over.